Hey everybody, what's shaking? Welcome to the workshop. I'm here and I'm in a good mood. Just got some Christmas decorations on the house. It's a lovely evening and I had a little bit of time to do a surprise review. So when I was doing my Christmas video the other day, one thing I realized while I was doing that is, you know what? X-Shot kind of has it down when it comes to blasters for kids. They've kind of already achieved a lot of what Nerf was trying to achieve with N-Series. What do I mean by that? Not a lot of mags, a lot of front loading, a lot of cool looks to make things interesting, but easy priming handles with big grips to grab onto. And well, with X-Shot, a common theme of a lot of reviews that I do is maybe the plastic quality could be a little sturdier, or there might be some flex. When it comes to the Reflex 6 and blasters like that, because of the shape of them, I usually find them pretty sturdy. And this is kind of a long boy version of the Reflex 6, and I think it looks really cool, and it's a really good way to refresh and make a blaster that's such a solid blaster into something a little bit more interesting and new for kids who already have that one or have already seen that one. I also love that this comes in a 2-pack. This was $26.99 Canadian, I believe, at Canadian Tire. So in the US, I'm sure you're getting this for a steal. This is exactly what I mean when I say get a blaster, get two. That way, when you give one to your kid, if there's only one, they can let a friend play as well, or they can run around the house holding them both. Although these would be hard to dual wield because they have a rear prime, but we'll get into that in a second. Let's bust out the X-Shot XL Caliber. And I think I'm gonna like it. I mean, I think it's kind of going to be a Reflex 6 with a longer barrel. Not really much of note on the back. All right. Oh, hey, here we go. Wow, these are easy to hold like this because they are light. Yeah, that X-Shot plastic. But again, in these ones, I don't think it's a real big deal where these are kind of a cylinder design. They are pretty sturdy, not really a whole lot of flex. Easy to prime. Let's get some darts in this. This came with 24 of the new X-Shot waffle head darts, which are okay darts. I find them a little bit too soft. I definitely have some blasters that do not like them just because they are a little squishier. My stapler from Paper Skeletons 3D and Not Enough Nerf, their collab, it does not like these. They're just a little squishier than the Adventure Force waffles. Let's load this up. So we have on either side, we have a little groove where we have plenty of room to load our darts. Each of these takes 6. Yeah, these are 6 round cylinders, just like the Reflex 6, which I did a whole video on. I think it's one of the best beginner blasters for casuals. It's kind of too bad since this is so much bigger. It wasn't a bit bigger drum. It would be cool if it was an 8-rounder, but I want to hold that against it for the price point. Love that it's a 2-pack. I'm gonna put one of these down for now and just do one at a time. So it should be noted that we also have some dart storage on the blaster. I used to kind of poo-poo dart storage on blasters, but I gotta tell you, for really casual games, like really casual, if I'm like playing at a community center with a bunch of kids, I don't mind a little onboard storage. To tell you the truth, it keeps my darts from getting squished up in my pocket. You know, if I'm not running a dump pouch or doing things properly, I don't mind that you can throw a few darts in there. That's not so bad. I like the look of this muzzle on the front, and overall, I like the big iron look of this. That's pretty cool. Performance is exactly what I would expect. The prime is nice and easy, and it seems, going down these iron sights, you know, about as accurate as you would expect from any long dart, but pretty accurate at like 20 feet away right there. Speaking of iron sights, really weird move here. Because of the front iron sight, it actually makes it that I can't slide on attachments and sights over top of that. That little nub from the sight gets in the way. Otherwise, this is Picatinny rail, I believe, but I can't actually mount anything on it unless I'm using something that I screw to tighten, like maybe a higher quality optic or something. But none of my just slide on attachments will work. And down here, there's a little bit of a hint of a pretend rail, but there is no rail down here. And it would have been nice if there had been something underneath. There's no paint on this blaster. There are graphics on both sides, but they are stickers. We have a pretty comfortable swept back grip that I don't mind at all. Trigger pulls like a little bit kind of gummy. I kind of wonder if there's like a plastic leaf spring in there, but I mean, I say that. It's not bad, it's fine. This is a solid little 2-pack. I would run the heck out of these at Nerf parties for kids who are, you know, under 11, like those younger category of kids, and they would think that this looks really cool. The Nerf Fortnite SH, that was always really popular at parties because it had that big long barrel and it looked cool, and I think this has a bit of the same. It's also nice that it has this big wide barrel. It's super big. There's no dart drag happening in here. It's just cosmetic and it's not doing any harm to performance. And a good example of that would be the Nerf Fortnite SH with that big faux cartoony barrel. It was a really tiny classic Nerf tubular barrel and it did often slow the darts down. Let's put this over the chronograph and see what the scoop is. 86, 84, 91, 84, 83, 85. Super, super consistent. And like I said, this is what I mean when I say that X-Shot kind of accomplished quietly all along what Nerf was trying to do with N-Series. You get that performance, 87, 88, 86, 91, 87. Oh, one more. 92. So that's pretty amazing. You're getting that 90 FPS or almost 90 FPS performance. That's actually better than I was expecting. These are a pretty solid little 2-pack. They freshened it up. X-Shot's doing a lot of good stuff. And while it's the same plastic, like I can push on this barrel and I can make the body of this flex. But at least the design of this one, it almost feels sturdier than it should. It's just, you know, it's well designed and it's arches meeting arches, which is making it more stable. This is definitely a big Christmas recommendation. You know, it might not be your kid's big gift under the tree, but certainly a fun one. Or where it just came out, I think these are pretty new, a great gift for a niece or nephew, or maybe for a friend's kids or something like that, if you want to make a nice gesture and not break the bank. Before we go 100%, I'm going to let you guys see me fire this into my dart catcher, which is 20 feet away. And I'm aiming for the center. Okay, I'll aim a little higher. Not bad. Long darts, not as accurate. You know what? They'll still let you tag a person, and maybe some of that was just my aim. Definitely recommend X-Shot. I know sometimes I give you a little bit of a hard time, but overall, definitely a fan, and I think you're doing a lot of stuff right. We'll definitely see you in a bunch more short form between now and Christmas. I don't know how many long videos I do, we'll see. You might have noticed that I have the Vulcan over here on the side. Subscribe, follow along. I'm going to start doing updates as I resurrect this old project, this Vulcan with flywheel afterburners that gets almost 170 FPS when it's working. I might have shorted it all out at some point before I binned it. I'm gonna get this back going, and at the very end, I'll do a nice little succinct mod guide. Probably not in time for Christmas. Until next time, take care and keep watching. And maybe sub. If you haven't subbed, you must have subbed.